Alright guys, I'm going to be showing you the quickest way that I have found to make a mask that has a pocket so you can put something in it like a filter or anything baby white, coffee filters, whatever y'all are using to put inside. This will be our liner and this will be our outer, and then it will have a loop that goes through the side here through a channel. So this is the quickest way I've found, and this is using a serger. It saves a lot of steps. It will save you another step if you cut your fabrics right side to right side, but I will just go ahead and line them up right side to right side. These are my two liners. I've used my strait pattern here, but since we're serging, I added a 1/2 inch on the long side so that I have enough to flip over. And then I cut it, if you cut on this smallest dotted line, that will be good. That's about where I cut mine, about right there. I cut it on this green line, but I think it'll be fine if you cut right on that first dotted line as well. It's just to leave you enough room over here. So right sides to right sides. I'm gonna serge the front, like nose part of both pieces, right to right. And if you're doing this in an assembly line, you can get a lot more done super quick. But right now we're just doing Then I'm gonna serge. The reason we cut this short is because I'm gonna serge these two side edges here. It saves going in and hemming it on our regular machine. Then I take my liner and my outside, put them right sides together. And I'm going to line up my center seam and serge all the way across the bottom with my center seams being even. And if you're doing these all in a row, you won't have to stop and cut in between each one. Line up my top centers. Sometimes that will get folded under. So just get around that top nose curve. Down. Not a necessary step, but one that will help during washing is to go ahead and serge these edges. Your outside edges of your outer piece. Since we're not taking the time to tuck in our serged edges here, we're just trying to be quick, but make something that doesn't fall apart. So then we will bring it over to our sewing machine, turn it inside out. So we turn under the serged edge, your 1/4 inch or so, and then fold it over to meet where your lining ends. So you still have your pocket here, but we're making a channel across here. So I'm going to start on one side for the channel. I'm going to top stitch over here to the other side where I'm going to make my other channel. One thing is you want to make sure that you've opened this as far as it will go. You can use your fingers. Make sure you have a nice rounded point up here at the top as you go around this top edge. So I stopped here. I did not sew across my channel here because that's where we want to put our elastic or ties or other, what I'm going to be using since I don't have elastic right now is strips of t-shirts or a knit material that's slightly stretchy. So here I have my main mask piece. I have 2 little strips. I cut these 10 inches because I'm going to be looping them through here and sewing them. You only have about like 2 more minutes. So I put a safety pin on the end of a 10-inch strip of t-shirt for this style. If you're doing a full wrap around the head elastic thread through, which works great with this mask too, you would cut that at 26 inches. But these are cut to 10 inches, which I find pretty comfortable and also a great medium size. If you have a smaller head, you might want to do these a little bit smaller than I'm doing them, or larger. So now I have 2 strips. I'm going to sew them because the knots can get kind of big and might not fit through my channel. So I just take my 2 ends. Now I go to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew like 1 inch in, back and forth. I sewed about 1 inch away from the edge, and that makes a good medium size. You can go a little further from the edge if you want it smaller, or a little bit closer to the edge if you want it bigger. So these t-shirt strips, when you cut them about 1 inch wide and pull them, they will roll in on themselves and make a nice little stretchy band. So then after I have sewn my strips together, I will pull that little place into the center of my channel so it stays nice and pretty. And we're done. And then we have our pocket here. So you can insert whatever you want in the center, or you can wear this over a mask. Nice and neat. There you go.